Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my two girls. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 142. Got my coffee in my Scrappy Sunday mug. Pumpkin spice creamer. Still have some. This is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, sometimes crochet, sometimes cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. If you are new, I've noticed a lot of new people, so thank you for subscribing. So if you're new, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I appreciate all of you watching my awkward little podcast. I'll have all the show notes right down there in the description box, chevron thing, whatever you need to do, you know the drill, right? I'll have links to where you can find me. I'm most active on Instagram. I'll have all the links to patterns, yarns, patterns, yarns, bag shops. Reading and watching will be down there. I think that's it. I'm looking at my show notes. Yep, looks like that's it. This is going to be a big episode, guys. So I hope you're all sitting down and so you don't fall, because you might be impressed about how much I got done this week. I'm impressed. It has been a rough week all around, probably for everybody. Yeah, it's been a rough week. So I just powered through it and just knit my little hands off. Not really. They're still on. But I also stress bought some yarn. Sorry, not sorry. It's not here yet. So when it arrives, I will show you. All right, I have 3 finished objects. What? And 2 whips. Now, next week's podcast, it might be a little slim. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with myself. I will talk about it as I go through my whips. But I don't have a lot of whips right now, and I'm feeling like I don't want to cast on, but at the same time I'm like, I only have 2 whips. I need to cast something on. I'm like in this weird limbo phase where I'm like, I don't know if I want to cast on another big project. I don't know. We will see. All right, I think I went through my spiel. We can get started with finished objects. Yeah, you guess last week I'm like, I don't even know if these are going to get any love. I'm doing this in the wrong order. Oops. I was going to do these last. Anyway, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to work on these. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time. Why do I do this to myself? Of course I had time. I finished these yesterday, so it's kind of pretty close. These are Patons Kroy Blue striped rag. These are for my mom. She had a pair, but she wore holes in them, so I'm making a replacement pair for her. Oh. This is like my favorite Patons Kroy. My favorite. I think I've knit with it. I've knit 3 pairs of socks out of it. Out of this colorway. And I put a bunch in scrappy socks. I need to work. My Patons Kroy is right there. Look, there's a hole. I keep saying I need to get through this, but there's just so many yarns to choose from, and I just have squirrel moments. So these are for my mom for Christmas. This is her 3rd pair. Almost done. I'm going to knit her 1 more pair. And then this one and this one. These are like Christmassy colors. I'm going to knit her those, but I'm going to wait till like maybe September, October-ish. I'm going to knit those for her and give it to her before Christmas so she can wear them during the Christmas season. But I just wanted to get her a Christmas present done. That's how I roll. All right, so my in the show notes, the order is going to be out of order, but you guys can figure it out. You're smart. I was going to do from first finished to last finished, but we're just going to go with it, I guess. I think I'm used to just showing socks as my finished object first, and that's how that happened. All right, ready for the big one? Actually, I don't know if this is the biggest one. I finished my blanket! So on Sunday, I showed you on my last episode, whoops, I shouldn't put that on my microphone, sorry. I had like a little teeny tiny ball of Felici that I wanted to use up, and it was like 2 rows. It was like 2 rows, and that was it. So I finished it real fast. I did the I-cord border. I don't want to unfold it. It looks all nice and pretty. I guess I will. I did the I-cord border. I was done. I think I started it. I don't know if I started it before lunch or after lunch. I think it was after lunch. And before I went to bed, it was done. So this is the Cozy Comfort Throw by Molly of a Homespun House. For the I-cord border, I held Ash and Dove Heather, Knitpicks Stroll. The rest of the blanket is held with Ash and Knitpicks Felici. This is a very heavy blanket. I didn't make it that big. It was more like a lap blanket. But I just got to a point where I'm like, this is big enough. And I was getting tired of working on it. So pretty. I hope this is my screenshot. It probably won't be. I guess I'll unfold it. And as soon as I finished it, my daughter stole it, so this is her blanket now. So I'll just open it and show you here. It's like I always tend to make my blankets really wide and then really short because I'm tired of it. So I need to, I guess if you hold it if you spin it around, it'll probably be longer, but that's fine. So yeah, this is my blanket, and I finished it. So I finished 2 blankets in February. And I only have 1 blanket on the needles right now. It feels good. It feels so good. So I'm not going to cast on another blanket for a while. I might get tempted with my the Cozy Memories because I need to start one before December. Or maybe I'll start it in December. We'll see how I feel. Usually at Christmas, or not Christmas time. Like August, summertime, it's like I want to make a blanket. But after I finish these 2, I don't know if I'm going to feel that way. But here it is. I used US 8s. I cast this on in January 21. So a year-ish. 13 months, I guess, if you want to be technical. And probably a few days. So that's my blanket. Or my daughter's blanket, I guess. We have a lot of blankets around here that probably still have cat hair in them. We don't have any cats anymore, but she wanted a blanket that didn't have cat hair in it. And I'm like, well, I cast this on after we had cats, so there shouldn't be any cat hair in it. I think I've talked about this before. She developed allergies to cats. We had cats in her house ever since before she was born. They passed away. And then, a year later, 2 years later maybe, my in-laws have cats. And it bothers her now, which is weird, but. And we thought maybe it was just cats. So then we went to somebody's house that had dogs. Same thing. So now I'm leery about getting another cat. I think about it sometimes, but I don't think I'm gonna. All right, that's enough about that. All right, last finished object. This one is humongous. I need to move some stuff. Can you guess what it is? If you follow me on Instagram, you already know, but that's right. Finish my scarf. Oh, this thing is beautiful. This is folded in half. So I'm about 5'4", 5'5". So when I'm standing up and I have this over my shoulders, it's like almost touching the ground. I didn't like measure this, but I feel like it has to be at least 7 foot. So this is my Melting Marl Scarf by Stephen West. If you have been with me a long time, this has been a long-term project. I think I cast this on July 11th of this year, which I guess is not that bad. It's about two months. But oh, look at this. So I used all scraps. This is scraps held together. So this is folded in half. And I had just enough blockers. I have 2 packages of blockers. I think there's, I don't know how many's in a package. Is there 9? Is there 9 or 12? I don't know. I have 2 packages of blockers. Blocking mats. But, oh my word. It was just enough. I love this thing so stinking much. I love it. So I did run out of purple at the end here. So there was a couple grays that had purples in them. So I just added that at the end. Let's see. That's a little better. So yeah, we're about right here. I started running out of my purples. So I just add a little bit of gray. I think it's fine. Oh, it's beautiful. And it's soft and so squishy. I was going to wear it, but I don't know if it's going to work with my sweatshirt. I guess we'll just leave it like that, unless it starts choking me. But yeah, this thing is ginormous. Oh, I love it. And that is all my finished objects this week. Wow, I just went bam, bam, bam. Finish this stuff. Finish everything. And then I'm like, now what do I do? Now what? It's like, I don't want to start a new project. I kind of want to chill. Well, you'll see what happened. All right, we're now doing whips. This is Bags by Awesome Granny. I only have 2 whips. I was only going to have this whip, but I had a what's the word? Spur of the moment cast on. This was not it. This is West Yorkshire Spinners and the Winter Icicle. These ones are going to be for my mom. And I was like so surprised when I was knitting this. I wound it up because I want to know if there's knots in it. And I just like working from smaller cakes. So I divided it in 2. And as I was winding it up, I'm like, well, that's weird. That's weird. I thought, I'm like, oh no, something messed up with the dye. So I'm just winding it some more. And I'm like, wait a second. It's doing it all the time. How is this going to knit? Oh my word. Look at this. What? I thought it was just going to be stripes. But it did like a marling type thing. where it went blue and then it went back to this minty color and then went back to blue and then just to mint. I'm like, what? I was surprised. It was a happy surprise. I don't know if I tried to look up to see this knit up, and I couldn't find anything. The one thing I could find, they did a pattern, and it was very hard to see the stripes. And I'm like, did I get a mess up skein? Or is this how it's supposed to look? So if anybody has knit this color, is this right? Did I get a mess up skein? If I did, I don't care. It looks cool. So all of these markers are counting my rows. I do 10 rows per marker. That way the second sock matches. I do 12 rounds of 2x2 rib. I'm going to place an afterthought heel here. That's where my white markers. I do a cut in after heel. I'm using Chiaogoo red lace, 2.5 millimeter, which is a US 1.5, 32-inch cord, 64 stitches. That's pretty much my spiel for all of it. I like to do my legs about, I think this is close to 7 inches. I don't know, I might move that. I don't know yet, I haven't decided. I might want to. And I do have the second one cast on, and I did them matchy. 2 needles. I used to do my socks 2 at a time, all the time, and now it's like, how in the world did I do that? I can't stand it. It bugs me because I have to drop the yarn, pick up the yarn, drop the yarn. I just like having the yarn in my hand and I just go, 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 go. So these will match. So I'm thinking about maybe moving it down in the middle of this blue stripe. So then when I do my heel, I'll use blue, that navy blue. I don't know, I haven't decided. I'll have to measure. But this is my progress. I cast these on, I don't remember what day it was. Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. And then yesterday, I did from here to here. And then from here to here is what I got done this morning. So I'm hoping to have these done this week. I think this week might be work on all the socks. I don't know, my episode's going to be really bad next week. Sorry, guys. I finished everything, and I don't know what to do with myself. So I'm just going to work on socks. So if you have any suggestions for me, I was thinking about maybe getting out a cross stitch. I don't know. I'm kind of in the mood for socks. Maybe I'm just going to work on socks this week. All right, here's the spur of the moment whip. So I had a sweater quantity of yarn in my stash, and I was going to make a flax with it. And then all of a sudden, I saw this pattern on Instagram, and I'm like, I want to make that. So I cast on. I don't have the pattern printout, but I will have a link for it in the show notes down there. So as a spur of the moment, I'm just using my phone right now until I get to my parents so I can print off a pattern. And this is a colorwork sweater. I've never made one of those before. Now, I don't have much done because I only had, since I was going to make a flax, I only had one color. And this is a colorwork sweater. I needed, I think, 2 balls of a different color. And so I ordered it on Thursday, and it shipped yesterday. But I checked the shipping, and it looks like it's not coming until the 8th of March. Oh, I'm so mad. So this is what I get for not planning my projects and just casting on. And well, I'm like, well, maybe I'll just cast on, and when I get to the chart, I'm done. While I was reading the pattern, and this is what I got. I don't want to give too much away because it's a paid for pattern, but you cast on. I am now to the point of the charts. You're supposed to pick up and do your collar, and then do a, what's it called? A tubular bind off. Never done that before, so I'm going to try it. I probably could have did a long tail cast on in the number of stitches that they suggest you pick up. Probably could have done that, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try something different. So this is all I could do until I get my yarn. I was hoping that it would come earlier this week, or like Wednesday, so I could have a little bit to share, but it looks like it's not coming. Womp womp. So I don't know about this. This is my first colorwork sweater. You're supposed to pick these up on this edge and knit your collar. I feel like it's gonna pucker real bad. We'll see how it goes. I'm using, I can tell you what yarn I'm using. I didn't even tell you what sweater I'm making either. Oh my. Wool of the Andes, worsted in the Jurassic color. It is like a very, very dark green. That's pretty close. And my contrasting color is going to be silver. Like I said, I just needed 2 balls. I think I got 3 just to be safe. But now I have to sit and wait. I can't work on this until it comes. So this is the, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Chalet Days, Chalet Days sweater. Samantha, the designer is Samantha. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Guerin. I'll have all that information in my show notes. But yep, this is what I have. And now it waits. Now it sits until I can get, and it's bunched up on a, I'm using my interchangeable needles. I had some problems casting this on. I had to do it a couple times. My brain wasn't, I think I was just overly excited about, ooh, new cast on, new cast on. And then I'm like, what am I doing? You need to slow down there, slow down. I'm going to, since these are interchangeable needles, I'm making the 44-inch bust size. I think that's size 4. For the color work, I'm going to go up a needle size. So I need to change my needles because I think I'm using 7s. Yep, 7s for the body. I'm going to do 8s for the color work. And I think 5s for the collar, the sleeves, the cuffs, and the ribbing on the bottom. I think it's all in 5s. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. So that's the plan. That is my cast on, my spur of the moment cast on. So I might not show that the next week because I probably won't have my yarn. I don't know. It's coming from Ohio and I'm in Michigan. Why is it taking 8 days? And they shipped it DHL. I'm like, what in the world? I thought DHL was fast. Something doesn't sound right. Usually all of my Knitpicks orders are shipped through USPS. So something doesn't sound right. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to work on that sweater again. But I'm going to show it now. And if I don't show it next week, that's because my yarn hasn't come. This is going to be a short episode because that's it. That is all of my whips and finished objects. All right. Should we talk about... Let's talk about reading and watching, and then I'll show you my future cast on. All right, to reading, I finished Blood of Elves. That is book 1 in the Witcher series. I like it. It was very good. If you like the TV show, I suggest reading the books because they're very good. I didn't get you a weather report either. We'll do that later. I started The Time of Contempt. That is book 2 in the Witcher series. I'm just going to keep going. I am listening to these on audio. I like to do audiobooks so I can knit and listen to a book. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to read because I can't. I'm not as good as, not looking at my knitting. I try not to here and there, but I think I would get distracted by trying to read a book and knit at the same time. So it's better just to do audiobooks. All right. Watching. My husband and I finished Atlantis Season 1. It was very good. I think there's only 2 seasons. I think it got canceled. So we'll watch the second one, see how it goes. We are still watching Stargate SG1, Season 8. I don't know how far we're in. I feel like we're just in the maybe middle of the season. And we're also watching Vikings. I don't know, did I talk about this? I don't think I talked about this. So, Vikings. I've wanted to watch it for a long time. And I said, I want to watch it. And then my husband's like, whoa, wait, I want to watch it. I'm like, really? Yeah, I had all this time where I could watch it, and now you want to watch it. So now that means, usually if I watch it on my own, I can watch a couple episodes during the day and not just one every day. So I could finish it faster. That's okay. So we are only a few episodes in of Season 1. And I'm kind of ticked off at Netflix. So we have the DVD service and the streaming. Because you can't get... Usually if you have both of those, you can get pretty much anything you want. Usually. Nowadays it's not so much. So I went to go put Season 2 on our queue. And they don't have it anymore. They have all of their seasons except for Season 2. They do this with some of their shows. And it kind of ticks me off. Because I like to watch things in order. So I don't know what we're going to do. I think maybe we'll try to look up like big events that happened in Season 2. Maybe there's a YouTube video with like clips of Season 2 so we can kind of get a gist of what happened. So then we could just finish the series. I mean, they had all of them on there because I looked. So mad. And of course, I'm sure there's other services that we can have, or that have them on streaming, but my husband is like, pick one thing and stick to it. We're not getting multiple streaming services. So this is what has to happen, I guess. I guess Netflix doesn't like to replace their DVDs. People keep breaking them, stealing them, and now the rest of us can't watch Vikings in order. So bad. Because it was on there. I remember looking, because I don't like doing this. I'm like, if there's a season missing in the middle, I'm like, I'm not going to watch it at all because it's pointless. But then we started it, and now they ripped the season off. Anyway, that's my spiel about Netflix. I get it. DVDs, probably people don't have them. But if they don't have them, I need them on streaming. If they had everything on streaming, I would just do that. Anyway, so that's how it goes with Vikings. And Walking Dead started. So I watched Walking Dead on Monday. Oh, so good. There's another episode on tonight, which means I can watch it tomorrow. Or today if you're watching this. Monday. Monday is Walking Dead night for me. So that's it for reading and watching. And ranting at Netflix. So weather report. We got we got about 3 inches of snow on, is it Thursday night? Yeah, Thursday night. And I'm like, oh no, the kids aren't going to have school on Friday. But they did. I think I've mentioned before, the state gives us 6 snow days or weather-related days. And we've used 7 so far this school year. And so I feel like that's why they didn't cancel school. It's like, well, we already used 7. So I don't know if they're going to have to make up that day. We'll just wait and see. Yeah, so they had school on Friday, so I was happy. Cross my fingers that they have a full week of school this week, because it's been probably since sometime in January was our last full week of school. Oh, the sun came out. Since the sun came out, we'll talk about weather. Well, we are talking about weather. Oh, my word. I was talking about snow. Anyway. So we got some snow. It's going to warm up this week. By warm up, I mean like 40s, low 40s, above freezing. So I'm going to take it. Hopefully it'll melt the rest of the snow that we have. Right now it's just little piles where we had to shovel. Most of it is melted. Yeah, that's the weather. Life stuff. I'm not going to get too much into life stuff. The world is falling apart, I feel like. Well, we're not going to talk about it. My kids' school lifted their mask mandate, which hence is why I bought my stress yarn. So kids don't have to wear masks anymore. Well, it's optional. And I said, can you please still wear them? And my husband's like, you don't have to wear them. So the kids are like, fine, we're not wearing them. Yay, party's over. But I'm like, I don't know if this is a good idea. I really don't think it's a good idea. But it's a 3 against 1, and I lose. That's how that goes. That's how the cookie crumbles, and that is why I bought yarn. Mustache Yarn had an update, so I purchased some, and I will show it when it comes. It has been colors that I have had my eye on for a long time, and I said, just screw it, I'm buying it. I'm having a bad week. I need something to make me happy. Yeah, it's been a rough week all around, probably for everybody. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Let's see, what else do I have to talk about? Now I'm just rambling to make my episode just a little bit longer, so it's a little bit longer than normal or usual. Like I said, next week it's going to be slim. It's probably going to be like a 10-minute episode. I'm going to have one whip, and I'm going to have one finished object. I got to show you what I was going to cast on next. So what happens when I get rambling? So Tuesday is March 1st, so that is cast on day for Desert Vista Dye Works. So for March, I picked National Emo Day. And I think I'm going to make these for my kiddo. There's like a black, gray, and white stripe, and then there's like this fun pop of like rainbowy color, kind of. So I'm going to knit them up, and as I'm knitting them, I will see if she likes them. I think she will. If she doesn't, then I'll make them for me. My socks and her socks are the same thing, same size, same stitch count. They're a little bit longer on her, but she's 11. Oh, she's 11. Oh, that makes me feel old. Oh, she's going to be 12 this year. Oh, my word. the teenager is coming out here and there. I see little glimpses of it, and I don't like it. So, her feet are still growing. They're like almost the same size as mine. So, I just knit them to my size, and it works out great. So then if there's socks that I'm like, I don't wear these anymore, you can have them. And then I have some room in my sock drawer for more socks. So yeah, that's what I'm going to, those are definitely going to be cast on. And I hope those icicle socks will be done. Those winter icicle socks. And that's probably all I'm going to have next week. If you have any suggestions of what I should do with myself, or should I just knit socks all week? Should I just knit socks all week? I have yarn for a shawl, another Stephen West shawl, but since I cast that sweater on, I don't like having two big projects. It stresses me out. I get overwhelmed and I don't like it, so I might just power through socks. Power through all my sock yarn. I got plenty. So, we'll see. I haven't been working on socks that much this month, really, because I've been trying to finish these large projects. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I feel. I've noticed a big jump in my maybe not a big jump. Maybe like 10, 15 subscribers. Oh, I forgot to share my big news. I don't like sharing it because I feel like I'm bragging, and I'm not trying to be like that. I've been on Instagram for like a really long time, probably like 7 or 8 years. Maybe longer than that. It's probably been longer than that. Because I remember taking pictures of my my oldest. And she was like maybe 1. Maybe 2. So I've probably been on Instagram for probably 9, 10 years. At any rate, it doesn't matter. I hit 10,000 followers on Instagram. And that is just bizarre. It's weird. It's really weird. And also, Wednesday, this was like the one good thing that happened this week. The one good thing this week. So I posted a picture on Instagram of my cozy comfort throw. Had it all wound up like a jelly roll, like I showed you in the beginning here before I unrolled it. I posted on Instagram, and Molly from a homespun house, she reposted the picture in her feed, not on stories. It's in her feed. You could see it. What? I almost fainted. I've lost it, and I think that's how I got to 10,000 subscribers. And I got a few followers here on YouTube. So if you found me through Instagram and are watching this, thank you. I hope you stick around. I don't know. It's just weird. I appreciate all of you that sit here and watch. I get so much comments of like, yay, it's Monday. It's time to watch Lisa. I find it very weird that everybody's like so excited to watch my episode. At any rate, I am here. I enjoy doing this. I don't have a lot of knitty people in real life to share my knitting stuff with, so that is why I do this, because I want to show somebody what I'm working on. If my family, they don't care. They're like, oh, mom's knitting. Oh, she bought more yarn. What is that noise? Can you hear that? Something is rattling. I don't know what that is. Something outside. The house is rattling. I don't know. It's not an earthquake. Don't worry. All right, I need to wrap this up. I'm sorry. I've been rambling probably for about 10 minutes, it seems like. But now my episode is 40 minutes long. All right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, put them down there. I do love reading them. I try to respond to all of them. Sometimes it's like, I don't know what to say, so I just heart it so that you know that I read it. Yeah, so if you want to share this to anybody that you think would like to watch, go ahead. Join the party, and hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.